Amazing Vicky here with you, and I'm here for something that I wanted to do since the beginning of the year and I haven't done it. And one of the reasons I didn't do it originally was because I had not received my beautiful covers and I wanted to set up my journals properly before I showcase them to you guys. So basically what I wanted to do is review what I've used in this past year in journals, and then show you what I was going to do this year in my journals. So some I've mentioned in the past. I didn't bring all the books that I have. I have some, for example, some journals that I use to draw. I have some that I do for Zentangles and stuff like that. So those are ongoing. I haven't brought them with me because they're not books that I use all the time, every week. And they're just more something that I use for the fun, you know, but not all the time. So anyway, those I didn't bring. I brought the ones that I use mostly daily or weekly. So one of the ones that I went through in a recent video was my book journal. This I've already shared all my recommendation and my thoughts, and basically I documented all my book reading this past year, and I loved it so much, and I decided to do it again this year. And you'll see my setup. It's a bit different than this, because obviously this I didn't expect to read 180 books last year, so I didn't set up to read that much, and I didn't set up a journal to keep that reading. But since I loved it, I set up something different this year, and I'll share that with you guys. But I've kept some of the stuff that I've done here for the new one. Then last year I did something a bit different. I decided that I was going to do a journal for my personal life and a journal for my business. And you will see, like I did it up to April. And then the rest of the journal sat empty. I didn't do anything else with it. I stopped using it. Then in this one, where I was documenting my personal life and putting my habits and stuff, I did it until, I don't think I even did it till the month of April. I did it till when did I stop? I did it till the last week of February. So I thought it was going to be a good idea to split up the two. It's definitely not, because I had to go to 2 books. And I also realized that there's a lot of stuff that I used to do that I stopped documenting. This I need to put in because now I'm going to be putting these away. So definitely not a format that I enjoyed. I used to have a Hobonichi. I actually used it a lot more. Had a weekly one as well. This was just not for me. I'm not good at habit tracking, and I didn't enjoy it, so I stopped doing it. Then this was going to be my tarot journal, so I did it, and I loved the fact that it had big pages. I could have a whole page for it mostly, but then I did it until the month of, when's the last? I've done in June, have one in July. No, a few in July. But you know, like at the beginning I was doing it almost every day, and then I stopped doing it, and that's when my year didn't go so well. Yeah, I started again at the end of December, did it on the 28th of December, but mostly didn't do anything. And you could, like, that part of the year was not going well for me, and I completely stopped doing it. So that was my tarot journal, and very sad because I had high hopes. It had beautiful images. I thought having a big spread, a big page would be really helpful for me. But my year was the second part of the year was very difficult, and you can tell it from my journals. So there's that. Then there's this journal, this is ongoing. This is a journal where I put my thoughts. It has a beautiful cover. It was gifted to me. I love it. This book was also a gift. I started this journal in February 2022, and technically, you know, it's something that I would write in every single day. Well, I wrote, this is 2024. This here was 2022. This was 2022. This here is 2023. There's like 3 pages that I wrote in. So even that, I stopped, and you can see like that there's a whole, you can tell, like I stopped using my fountain pens. I just recently cleaned them up. The last few that I had that were inked up, I cleaned up and I re-inked them. And now I'm starting to use my journals again, and I missed it. And it's good for my mental health to document stuff and to write stuff. So I've only got this little bit left, and I'm hoping that this year I'm going to be writing more, because obviously if I was to write more, it would help my mental health for sure. But am I doing it? Clearly not. So yeah, there's that. Then there's this one. So this one is, I'm going to finish this year for sure, and I'm going to probably start a new one. I've got some beautiful notebooks that are prepared. This is my pouch where I keep my Obonichi 5 years. So my goal was to write in, because the 5 years, the way it works is I probably have some blank pages. There's probably days that I've never wrote in at all, or maybe not. The first year I was really good. The second year, not so good. The third year was even worse. So I started off, like you can see the beginning of the year, when I got my Obonichi in 2021, I started, this was the first day I got it. And see, in the month of February, I have all 3 years filled up. But then you get to, this is not so bad so far. Then you get to May, and you can see that 2023 there's less. And then as you go through the year, there's you start to have blanks from 2022 onwards. And I haven't kept it up. So far this year I've done it from the start, and I'm hoping that I'm gonna actually do a full year of documenting my life. I mean, it's tiny little sections. It's not big. I only have to put a phrase or something of what's going on. And it's fun to reflect with it. This is one I would like to keep up every day. This one is just for a document, like this is a brain dump. That's basically what it is. It's a way for me to, if something is going wrong in my life, it's to put it down on paper, and you don't have to talk to somebody about it. At least put it down on paper and get it out of your brain. And it helps when I do it, because in 2022 it was amazing. And then 2023, why did I stop? Because my fountain pens dried up, and I stopped having fun with my fountain pens and the inks and the colors and the stuff, and work got in the way and all kinds of different things, and I stopped it. So this year I really want to go back to it. So for my journal, this is the thing that housed this book last year. Now it's housing the new one. I've got all the stuff that I need in here. And actually this one here, this is actually a pencil board. that I got, a Nichi one, and I'm going to put it in my other journal because it didn't have a pencil board. So basically I've got all my highlighters. I've got these here, these clips that are holly clip. I love these things to hold up pens and hold up things. And I've got a journal that this is my journal this year, and I've started documenting the videos that I'm doing, and I started putting stuff that, but I kind of like the way it is because you've got the to-dos and then you've got the weeks, the week at a glance. So far I've done it. We're at the beginning of February, but I've got stuff written. I've documented the videos I've made and stuff, so I'm enjoying it. And I've got a beautiful bookmark that was sent to me, and I'm using it in this journal. So this is my weekly journal of what I want to do, what I need to do for my business, at a glance, and also for my personal life if I'm going somewhere. It's note taking and that sort of thing, and it is housed in this pouch from Erin Condren. This is one of the last orders I made there because the one before, the one after, it never made it to me. I had asked for a planner. Actually, that year I'd asked for a planner that was going to be my business and stuff, and it was going to be really great, and I never got it. And then that's how I ended up with those other two journals that didn't work out at all for me. So very sad that it didn't work out, but hopefully this year this one will work. Then I was gifted this gorgeous tarot journal, and I love using it. It has at the beginning, I've added this big huge holly clips to it so that I can put a pen, because this is one of the covers that I got but doesn't have a place for a pen. And one of the things that I love with it is it gives some, I'm going to add these little tabs, this little tab thingy to it. Okay, so I've got my little pencil board, Obonichi pencil board, but it gives some spreads that you can use. And one of the things I really enjoy is the fact that it doesn't have, you put your own date. So there's no feeling guilty about not doing a day, which ended up being one of the things with the other one, is because I would see that there was so many days missing, and at one point I stopped wanting to pick it up. So this one I'm really enjoying. It's got enough space. I don't use exactly the way it's written. I do put my question, I do put the date. I don't put the moon phase because honestly I haven't checked what the moon phase is. I do put my interpretation. Most of the time my spreads is I'll shuffle the deck and a card will pop out, and most of the time it's very close to the reality. And it really helps. It helps me put stuff in perspective and things, and yeah. So I'm loving this book. It's just stunning. It's such a stunning journal, like really, really stunning. So really happy, blessed to have gotten it in my life, and I'm loving the cover with it. Then I've got two more journals. This one here is one that I have started for notes on book club readings, and as I said, right now it's not being used much because I don't belong to, like, my book clubs that I had set up with my dad and my daughter is not really working, and I don't have another one set up per se. So, but I could put stuff like, for example, if I'm reading stuff for booktubers recommendation or stuff like that they're having book clubs, I could use that to put down notes. But anyway, so I've got that journal set up for that. But mostly the one that I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this year, and this is just plain fun, no other than that, is the it's my book journal. So I've got here in this section, I've got my reading goals. So reading 75 books, do all the buzzwords of 2024. So there's a list that was published from Kayla of Book Lala, and she gave 12 buzzwords. So you've got to read a book that has something in their title. And I started in the month of January. I want to continue that. I want to read 12 books from the 1,000 books read before you die. I want to read 3 sci-fi. I want to read 4 Stephen King, and I want to read at least half of what I purchased this year, which is not going so well so far. I do purchase a lot of used books, but right now I'm not reading them. I'm just hoarding them. But they make me happy, so that counts. I just did on Patreon this spread. So this is my January read. I've gotten 23 books read. A lot of it was, I did read a lot of mangas, but I did have 3 5-star books. So Crossroad, How High We Go in the Dark, and Bright Young Women. And I'm going to put a little blurb beside it. And then I'm gonna have a page like that, a spread like that for each month of the year. Then I have the books that I read for the buzzword. Then the sci-fi, so far I've read 2 out of 3, so I'll probably bang that one out of the park, because I'm discovering that I do like sci-fi. So it's a good thing that I forced myself to dabble in it a bit. Then Stephen King book, I haven't read any yet. The 12 books to read before you die, I haven't read any yet, but I am listening to Tom Sawyer, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, so that will be the first one there. And then the books purchased for 2024, I haven't done anything. Then this one here, how fun is that cover? I just had to get it. I just thought it was so fun. So I've got my readings, so all the books I've read so far. So 25 books read so far, 23 no, actually I read 24 books so far, but I've got one that's a DNF. But I still wanted to document it here because Norse mythology I thought I was going to love because I love Neil Gaiman, but there was way too many characters and I lost myself in the book. It wasn't fun. My husband made me some pencil boards that I'm using in this journals because they're smaller books, so I needed smaller journals. And now I've left enough space to read 199 books. I don't think I'm going to read more than that, but I'll leave an extra page and then I'll start here my books. And I've got enough pages in this book that I should be able to have the 199 pages, because I think this book had 200 and something pages. It doesn't say. No, it doesn't say. But anyway, so now I've got the space to write my thoughts. Actually, I should start here just to make sure. I don't think I'm going to read more than that. And anyway, if I do, then I can always put extra pages like I did in my other one. But now I can actually start putting down the books because I'm trying not to waste paper. So I need to have enough of the covers printed to be able to actually start off, because I want to put the cover and then the documentation. And I've got my little bookmark that my husband made me, and it has the little stars, so I can put my little star rating. And if you're interested, I have 2 sets of bookmarks left in my Etsy store, so go and check them out. And the ones that I've got there are purple. So those are my books, my journals for this year. I thought it'd be fun to go through them with you guys in case you like journals as much as I do, and maybe it's going to give you some ideas or some ways of documenting. I do love my covers, my leather covers. They bring me so much joy, and I love how they age. This one I've had for quite a few years and it's still so stunning. So So that's it, guys. I love you so much. Take care, and I will see you guys very